Hi everyone, it is Achia here, Booking In with Achia, and today we have part one of my Summer and Autumn Romance TBR. I have just been feeling all of the love and romance vibes. I'm sure that's something to do with the season. I usually read more romance during the summer and then like trailing into the fall. And I have acquired quite a collection of romance books, both on my Kindle and physically. And so I'm like, I need to prioritize some of these books as well as, some other books that are on my radar. But yeah, I said part one because I'm splitting this list into new to me authors, which is going to be this video, and then part two is going to be books from authors that I have read before and really enjoyed, and so I want to read more of their catalog. If you do hear some noise in the background, I do have a fan going and the dryer as well because it's hot and I had some laundry to do. Before we get started, I do want to encourage you to check out my bonfire as well as my Etsy shop to get yourself some merch or some bookmarks. And if you'd like to support the channel on a monthly basis, you might want to consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon member. Jumping in, I have 17 titles on this list. Very excited to talk about them. I have notes. I also have the physical copies for the ones that I own, of course, and so I'll be reading some synopses that I summarize and then synopses from these books as well. Starting with The Friend Zone by Zen Cho. So in this one, we follow Renee Go, whose life from the outside looks perfect and glamorous. She's beautiful, successful, runs her own business, and is dating this hot Taiwanese pop star. But inside, she's actually really lonely and estranged from her family in Singapore. After being dumped by her supposed boyfriend, who she never saw anyway, Renee's father suddenly calls her out of the blue to announce that he is actually retiring, and her good-for-nothing brothers are not going to inherit the mantle, and he wants to actually give the CEO position to her. And she's like, okay, this stamp of approval for my dad could be really cool, but she doesn't know how she's going to rectify the relationship that she has with her brothers. On top of that, right, that same night that she gets that phone call, Renee bumps into her first love and the man who broke her heart during university, Yap Ken Seong. And Renee and Ket Seong rekindle their failed relationship, but Ket Seong is on this quest for vengeance for his family for some reason. Doesn't really say in the synopsis, and that might get in the way of their relationship ever becoming more. And that is The Friend Zone by Zen Cho. Next up on my list is Frequent Fliers by Noué Kirwan. This one is about a woman. She is flying back and forth from, I believe, New York to London because her favorite cousin is actually getting married to the man that she's had a crush on for years, and she's going so that she could be the best bridesmaid, the best bride mate, if you will, to both of them and have her family not think that she is still in love with this guy. And on these trips, she has a frequent seatmate, and I just completely forgot his name, but they start rekindling this relationship, and it's long distance, and they're trying to figure out how do we make this long distance thing work? Is it worth it? And on top of that, he is a single father, he's a widow, and there's just a lot of drama, a lot of adult things that they have to figure out to see if their relationship is sustainable. And that is Frequent Fliers by Noué Kirwan. Next up, we have I Accident Hooked Up with a Vampire by Jessica Cage. This is the second book in the Accidents Happen series, I believe it's called. So we have Whitney Harris, and she loses her dream job as an art broker, and she's decided that she's going to drown her sorrows in a few too many cocktails. But her night takes a turn for the bizarre when she accidentally hooks up with Domino. And Domino is this drop-dead, gorgeous vampire with a flair for the dramatic and a taste for trouble. Now, instead of just worrying about having a job or her next paycheck, Whitney finds herself in a world where Domino's vampire affiliates have their sights on her. And she's just like, okay, I guess we'll go with it. As she navigates this unexpected romance, she discovers that her friends have their own supernatural secrets, like spells and daggers. And I'm trying to figure out if Whitney is mentioned in I Accidentally Summoned the Demon Boyfriend. I can't remember. I don't feel like she is, but I'm interested to see how this all connects in this world that Jessica Cage has built. So with danger lurking in every corner, Whitney must figure out how to survive this new chaotic reality. And can she embrace the wild side, save her heart and her neck, and turn the tables on fate before she becomes a vampire's main course? Fourth on my list is The Love Interest by Helen Comerford. This is about 17-year-old Jenna Ray, who lives in a quiet coastal town in Nine Trees. Despite its picturesque nature, it's also the epicenter of the next prophecy. It is said that in the year 2024, a new hero will emerge in Nine Trees, an event that is usually accompanied by a catastrophic disaster. When Blaze, the new hero, does arrive, Jenna has the misfortune of being the first person he saves. And in the eyes of the public, that means one thing. Jenna Ray has already been cast as the love interest. Number 5 on this list is going to be Digging Up Love by Chandra Blumberg. This is also just like a really fun cover. And it says, he's into fossils, she loves to bake. Once they find common ground, will love follow. Alicia Blake works her magic in the kitchen, creating delectable desserts for her grandfather's restaurant in rural Illinois. Though Alicia relishes the close relationship she has with her family, she can't help but dream about opening a cookie shop in Chicago. She may be a small-town baker, but Alicia has big ambitions. Then a dinosaur bone turns up in her grandparents' backyard. When paleontologist Quentin Harris arrives to see the discovery for himself, he's hoping that the fossil will distract him from a recent painful breakup. Instead, he finds Alicia, and sparks fly. The big city academic and the hometown baker seem destined for a happily ever after. But Alicia is scared to fall in love, and Quentin is trying to make a name for himself in a competitive field, which gets even more complicated when the press shows up at the dig site. For love to prevail, the two may have to put old bones aside and focus on the future. Just reading this analysis, I'm like, yes. Next one on the list, we have Deuce by Kimberly Brown. And this follows Salima Navarro. She takes a job at this really upscale Aura nightclub to support herself as well as her recovering mother, which propels her into this unfamiliar and super dangerous world. Then we have Deuce Dillinger, and he's the commanding heir to a very powerful family empire, and he's accustomed to control in all aspects of his life. Upon seeing Salima, he resolves to make her his, despite her initial resistance to his dominating personality and lifestyle. As their fiery attraction ignites into a passionate affair, Salima finds herself navigating the complexities of Deuce's world, a realm of luxury, family loyalty, and ever-present danger. With rivals threatening their relationship and Salima's safety at stake, can their love withstand the challenge that comes with the Deuce's lifestyle? Or will Salima have to choose between a man who sets her heart ablaze and the life she's always known? I love my romance, especially my Black romance, with a little bit of danger on the side, you know? So very much looking forward to that one. Next up, we have another one that's probably also in the same kind of category of like Black romance with a little bit of danger. We have Cuffed by a Certified Maniac, which is a wild title, by Neek Mills. We follow Brianna, whose main focus is to remain focused as she navigates her way through her current relationship and her career as a daycare teacher. Betrayal turns her heart cold when she experiences the ultimate heartbreak. Then we have Jason, who has never felt a love deeper than the one he has for his daughter. He would do anything to protect her at all costs, but he quickly finds out that the cost may be his heart. Family secrets and deep-rooted betrayals will either make or break their connection. Can love be enough when you're cuffed by a certified maniac? The 8th book on the list is Protecting Her Halo by Lakia. We follow Elise. She is the sheltered daughter of a small-town pastor, and she has spent her entire life conforming to impossible expectations, purity sermons, and the constant fear of embarrassing her parents and the church. And because of that, following her dreams and her passions and her heart was never an option. And wanting this one particular boy turned man is something that she knows she's absolutely not supposed to do. Rashawn, who is this man, has been a constant in Elise's life ever since elementary school. He's her brother's best friend, the man who chose the streets over salvation. And he was everything Elise was taught to avoid and everything her heart refuses to forget. Their secret began with one reckless summer that her mind and body tried hard to forget. Fear of judgment and devotion to appearances keep her away. Now she is left to reckon with the cost of obedience, the pain of silence, and whether faith was meant to act as a cage instead of a choice. Book number 9 on this TBR is Spring Awakening by J.S. Jasper. We have Molly, and she is about to start working on the PR for the local rugby team. She has supported this team since childhood, and she wonders if she's just like gotten lucky because she did not expect to get this job. The Tallshire Titans have a Hollywood-style rise to fame, well, just above local level fame, but that's still pretty impressive for their small town. And Molly knows that she can get them further if she keeps her head down. Then she runs into her favorite player on her first day. He's a pretty boy that the papers say won't settle down, and she's a girl who wants commitment. So why is he determined to take over all of her thoughts? Zach, who is said pretty boy, has fought his way through hurdles to get to where he is today, and he did it alone. The Titans only made it to the National League because of him. Now Zach has his sights set on the premiership, and he'll do whatever it takes to get there. He doesn't care what he leaves behind because Tallshire has never been home. And then he meets Molly, and everything he wants ceases to exist. The team calls him a player, but he's sure he just met the love of his life, and he can't figure out how to talk to her. Next up, we have This Time Forever by Frankie Majesty. We follow Malibu, Washington. She is an R&B star. She is an R&B singer turned influencer with a voice that will bring you to your knees and a face made for magazine covers. She survived a messy divorce from Tyrese, her first love, father of her son, the man who made her famous, and the one who broke her heart. Now she's engaged to Jalen, a man who promised her forever. But what happens when that promise ends up a lie? What happens when the only person who can help is the man who broke her heart all those years ago? Love a good second chance romance. Number 11 on this list is Kwarq by Nikki, Clarke, and this one is a alien human type thing planet situation. I feel like that's kind of like the best way I can describe it. So it says Kwarq. I only came to this planet for a scavenger hunt, a ridiculous child's game arranged by my twin brother to celebrate our birthday. From the moment we step from our pod, I'm not impressed. Humans are miserable, which is difficult for a species like mine that thrives on giving and receiving pleasure. This makes it even more shocking when I catch the sweet scent of a woman riding past me on a bus and a glimpse of her beautiful brown face beneath a halo of curling hair. If I were foolish, I would deny that the woman of my heart could exist on such a planet, but I am not a fool. From the moment I see her, I am a Lakia on a mission, and I'm not leaving this planet until she's mine. So I guess they come to Earth. Fascinating. Okay, interesting. Then we have Vanessa Jared's Got a Man by LaQuette. I'm absolutely obsessed with this cover. And it says, a sexy, funny, romantic drama about a woman getting her groove back and a second chance at love. Vanessa has decided to pull herself out of her post-40, post-divorce slump by forming the Savvy, Sexy, and Single Club with her two best friends and starting the Do Me portion of their lives. But on the 2-year anniversary of the club, a very sexy sheriff shows up on Vanessa's doorstep, wanting her help to help keep his little sister from marrying Vanessa's no-good ex. Vanessa wants nothing to do with the man until she spots a photo of her ex's new fiance wearing her grandmother's ring, which he'd clearly stolen from her. Now Vanessa is ready to take this trifling fill-in-the-blank down. What she does not expect is to fall in love along the way. Then we have Devon and Kris Plan a Wedding by Chencia C. Higgins. Devon and Kris have 6 weeks to plan their dream wedding. Their whole relationship is fake. Instant I Do could be Kris Zavala's big break. She's right on the cusp of making it as an influencer, so a stint on reality TV is a perfect chance to elevate her brand. And $100,000 wouldn't hurt either. Devon Miller is just trying to break out of her shell. She sort of neglected to come out to her mom for years, so a big splashy fake wedding is just the excuse she needs. All they have to do is convince their friends and family they're getting married in 6 weeks. If anyone guesses they're not for real, they're out. Selling their chemistry on camera is surprisingly easy, and it's still there when no one else is watching, which is an unexpected bonus. Winning this competition is going to be a piece of wedding cake. But each week of the competition brings new challenges, and soon the prize money is not the only thing at stake. A reality show isn't the best place to create a solid foundation, and their fake wedding might just derail the relationship before it even starts. Then we have Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman, a very fun, bright cover. This one says, fame always comes at a price. A thrilling romance about an aspiring musician who would do anything to have the world singing her songs, or so she thought. Lisa Carly Hinton feels unstoppable, and with her father's musical talent and her signature big hair by way of her mother's Afro-Latina heritage, Carly is convinced it's only a matter of time before she establishes herself as a sought-after songwriter. But until she makes waves in the music industry, she balances job at an illustrious media agency with her musical dreams. Enter Tao Anderson, a rising star reminiscent of a young usher who sends Carly's calculated world into a beautiful frenzy. Their collision seems almost fated and quickly blurs the strict lines Carly has drawn between business and pleasure, putting both her reputation and her burgeoning songwriting career in jeopardy. But Carly can't deny the perks that come with being in Tao's orbit. Industry doors that were previously locked are suddenly thrown open. However, over the fancy dinners and exclusive club appearances, Carly begins to suspect there's more to the elusive Hollywood bad boy than anyone knows, something unexpected. With every flash of the camera, Carly is drawn deeper into a perilous world she doesn't fully understand, and when a once-in-a-lifetime chance presents itself, Carly must decide if she's willing to risk everything for the chance to see her own name in lights. All right, this is a thin one too, so they're just going to get right into it. Next one, we have another yellowish gold one, and that is On and Off the Field by Anastasia Dean, and it says a new beginnings romance novel. So this starts off a series, and it says, what do you do after being left at the altar? You flee the state, of course. In order to put her ex-fiancé in the worst day of her life behind her, Ophelia Mendez reluctantly left her home and loving family to start a new life in Texas as an English teacher and cheerleading coach at McKinley High. Now she's ready to take on her biggest challenge yet, get her squad to the championship, a feat no cheer coach before her has achieved. There is one problem, though. The annoyingly attractive coach and former professional baseball player, Maverick Wilson, who is not only dealing with his troubled past, but is also determined to make Ophelia's new life more difficult. When the two meet, tension ignites. Ophelia and Maverick's disdain for one another, as well as their reluctance to share the gym, quickly turns from rivalry to sexual chemistry. Is Ophelia bound to strike out in love again, or will her broody baseball player be the home run husband she always wanted? This is like a nice, thick one too. You can really just get into it and read it. Then we have something a little bit different, and that is Coffeeshop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Lee. It says, when Brenda's internet goes out right before an important scholarship deadline, she stumbles into Kat's family's coffee shop. Brenda is swept away by cool, confident Kat, who actually cares about Brenda's 19-step plan to save the world through science. Meanwhile, Kat can't stop thinking about Brenda, who is smart, passionate, and doesn't seem to care that Kat is a prophesized chosen one. The only problem, Kat and Brenda are from different universes. Need to find a portal to go on a second date, different universes. As their realities collide and things spiral out of control, can a girl determined to save the world find love with a girl determined to outrun her destiny? I'm excited. Also, isn't it so pretty? The last book on this list is one I should have read summers ago. And if you were tapped into Black Book Talk, Black Romance Book Talk, you probably know what book I'm talking about. And that is Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. Yes, I know. And this one, I know the synopsis off the top of my head. We have a girl who's, what is her name? Not a girl, a woman, Janelle. Yeah, so Janelle, she had a boyfriend. She broke up with said boyfriend, and he goes ahead and starts to date her sister. And then he proposes to her sister accepts, and now her ex-boyfriend is marrying her little sister, or big sister, I forget what the order is, and it is a destination wedding in Tulum, and she's decided that she's going to make the best of it, and she ends up having some chemistry with the best man, Rome, and they're kind of trying to keep it on the down low. And yeah, it's supposed to be only for that week that they're in this place for the wedding. But since sparks fly, I have heard nothing but excellent reviews for this book. And then it was indie published. This is the indie published cover, and it's actually being traditionally published. It has a new cover and everything. I'll put the new cover there. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. This is also another one that was on my 26 and 26, so I need to get to it. But yeah, those are the... Oh, and my light just died. It's a good thing the video's ending. Those are some of the books some of the romances that I want to get to during the summer and fall, particularly books from new to me authors. Let me know, have you read any of them? Do you highly suggest? Should I add anything to my list? Let me know if you just recommend a BIPOC authored romance down below. And are any of these on your TBR? Have you read from any of these authors before? If you want to get yourself some merch or some bookmarks, make sure to check out my Bonfire and my Etsy shop. And if you are interested in supporting the channel on a monthly basis, you might want to consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon member. Make sure to like this video, hit the bell so you're notified every time I upload or go live for reading sprints. Make sure to check out my Instagram as well. And I will see you in another video. Bye!
Weakness showing, I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man, I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo, got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm